guys, good morning and welcome to your favorite Sunday morning TV show. We call this Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude Duncan. Of course, I do this with the ever bubbly, the superstar. Oh, Chale.
All the accolades. My name is Eno Safo. How are you doing this Sunday morning? I know many of you are getting ready to go to work or church most importantly. Today is World Remembrance Day for road traffic victims. And yesterday you witnessed an accident, did you not?
It was crazy, and it brought back to the fore conversations around the unnecessary speeding on our roads, right? Because if you know Laboni very well, so like the turn, right? The turn before the American Embassy, if you are going, I think the last but one turn before you get to the American Embassy, where all of these new flashy restaurants are. It's a very narrow road. Like cars are parked, you know,
on the side
on each side. So like there's no need for speeding on that stretch. And I see this really posh Lexus SUV, and you should see the photo. Like the car somersaulted, and the only way, in my estimation, the driver survived that was because all the safety protocols in the car was triggered. So the airbag from back seat to front seat.
Probably wearing a seatbelt as well.
Charlie, if it was any other vehicle, it would have been a casualty. And you know the crazy thing in that accident? He hit a stationary vehicle, a parked vehicle. So imagine, and the passenger side, the front passenger side of the vehicle was damaged. So my point was, imagine somebody was in that vehicle. Then it's another 2.0. Then we are coming back to the same old, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy. We need to have a sustained conversation on this.
Yes, especially now that we're going, you know, into December.
Yeah, because like
the drinking, the driving.
And it was so needless. Like there was no, a 10-year-old behind a steering wheel.
I think this morning we were having a conversation. I was telling you that I don't understand why you'd go fast or speed on that road.
Like,
because it's a narrow road.
And the car too is very big. Time, if you know the Lexus SUV.
Half of the road is packed with vehicles because there's a chain of restaurants and pubs on that stretch.
It's crazy.
Makes no sense.
So today is International what Day?
World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims. So
you have to remember them.
Yes.
I have to remember them. And of course, very recently comes to mind of the two lovely young ladies who passed, and we are praying for the strength
for
really,
the
families. Yes, and we know they're in a better place, so we want to leave them to mourn, right? So, and all other people who've lost their lives as a result of someone's negligence and carelessness on the road. It's always difficult to like lose somebody, especially under those circumstances, right? So, and we have to send a message out there, like, guys, just chill. It's like there's no medal for the fastest.
Getting there first.
Yeah, like there's no medal. It doesn't make you like a champion driver.
Better late than never.
Yeah, you know, so the better driver or the more responsible driver, or the best driver in my estimation, is somebody who gets to his destination safely. So, Charlie, we will be serious, honestly.
Exactly. And then The Woman in You with Zoe Abubedu airs today at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. So at 6 p.m., don't forget to tune in and watch Zoe speak to amazing, impressive women who, in their own field, are doing the most and excelling at what they do. What's happening in the news?
I know a lot is happening, you know, 20 days, 11 hours.
20 days
I know, right? 20 days, 11 hours, 4 minutes, and 6 seconds.
You're actually counting the seconds.
Yeah, because if you go to citynewsroom.com,
right,
you know, we have an election-focused portal that has all the results from 2012, parliamentary, presidential, all the latest news going into 2024, as well as on the City Newsroom elections tab. So that's where I'm getting all the breakdown from. So if you want to know the latest, credible, and verifiable information on the elections, solid fact check by the team as well, go to citynewsroom.com. /elections, and I'm sure you get all the big stories and also, stories that will help you decide on where to, cast your ballot and all, because all of the promises and messages by the various political parties could be found there. But big front or big story on the citynewsroom.com, tap Ghana's strategic potential for economic growth. Former President Kufuor urges U.S. investors. Also here, NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been speaking as he says transitioning to solar energy will be his priority. NPP condemns unwarranted and despicable attacks on former President Kufuor. Election 2024, don't engage in electoral misconduct. IGP Dan Parry warns. Greater Accra region as commuters, or in the Greater Accra region, commuters decry failing transportation system. When it's so serious, sometimes like you close early, a little earlier, you're going home and you see people like waiting for public transport, like public commercial transport on the roadside, and you're wondering like, Dabenda, when are you going to get home? Like in their hundreds, and when a trotro by chance appear, people will be jumping through the window, like the health risks, the safety risks, it's unbelievable.
And it's also cashing day for
thieves.
That's when they take the opportunity.
Like there was this video I saw some girl, and Charlie, I'll mistake the girl for like some bank manager, right? Or like some board member. Charlie, neatly, sharply dressed. You should see the video. It's trending on Twitter. Then the truck comes, the back seat, put one leg on the thigh. Then you hold the waist another way. Then she hold the car another way. Then she threw herself in.
She's an expert.
I'm not
She's been
joking.
doing it for long.
I'm like, do you know how long you have to do this to be able to do it so flawlessly like that? But it's not proper. Because like some of these trucks on our streets, right? They have exposed metals. So anything at all could happen. And it's all because you have a failed transportation system. After Yalolo and BRT,
it did nothing.
So commuters have been decrying the failing transportation system in Accra. And finally here, Atachia, he's been speaking on the Supreme Court judgment on the 4 vacant seats, and he says that the Supreme Court is not an extension of the Jubilee House, clearly trying to debunk claims about the partisanship of the Supreme Court. And these are some of the big stories on citynewsroom.com.
Okay, I have channel1news.com. The one is the digit one, channel1news.com. Big story, election 2024, sign peace pacts, U.S. ambassador tells political parties. Election 2024, don't engage in misconduct, we'll deal with you, IGP says so. Election 2024, voting Bawumia means you endorse mismanagement. That's according to flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama. Be the change Ghana needs. Ace Ankoma to Methodist University graduates. Supreme Court's majority decision was predictable. That's Justice Atuguba saying so. Vacant seats, respect Supreme Court's ruling to uphold rule of law. Atacha saying, take decisive action to halt Galamsey now, Catholic bishops to government. I never begged for forgiveness to appease J.B. Dankwa's soul, Daniel Esiedu. 2 injured in clash between immigration officers and residents at Shia. EC to reprint ballots for Ahafo, Volta regions over serialization errors. Bawumia's free dialysis promises a mere campaign gimmick, that's according to Akando. Election 2024 will establish public universities in 6 new regions. That's John Dramani Mahama. Which other portal do you have?
Before we go international, let's just focus a little on the Ghana News Agency, gna.org.gh. Over 1,000 SMEs assessed for technical support to export in short and medium terms. GEPA coming in with that one. Demand accountability after elections. NCCE chairperson urges Ghanaians. Over here, another story. President Akufo-Addo conferred the highest state honor from France for advancing diplomacy. It comes with a photo of French President Emmanuel Macron giving a medal to Ghana's president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That particular photo has got a lot of people talking on social. Over here, Rebecca and Mech Foundations give school supplies to 30 needy girls. Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences inducts new fellows. You know, COP29 is going on. Conversations around the environment.
Nanado's speech was trending for a while, I believe.
He got a lot of people talking.
Yeah.
He said he's a grandfather, you know, he's a father, so he's minded. You know, but Nanado has really some profound quotes, so come think about it. You know, from the whole I'm minded about, you know, we can bring back the economy, but not lives. That was quite profound. It was big at the time. Then the other time too, he said that he's minded about the next generation. Not the next election. Right, that was also quite deep. And now he said he's a grandfather. You know, some way. But people are saying that the next generation and not the election one, they are not seeing the, you know, they are not seeing the practicality of it.
It was all talk.
Yeah, because like you know,
put your talk to
because
action.
with what's happening in our forest reserves, with what's happening with regards to small scale illegal, irresponsible mining, you guys expected a lot more action. That's how we know that you are minded about the next generation and not necessarily the next election. But for a lot of people, you get a sense when they talk about it is that government is more focused about the next election, right? So even when they are talking, they're like, you know, to make us unpopular, or we lost in Galamsey areas in 2020, which by the way, the numbers don't show because of our fights to end Galamsey. So some way, you know, if you go back to the economy bits there, then it's even like a whole different ball game. Wow. So yeah, the president is at COP29, and if you are wondering what happens there, the Ghana News Agency.org has an explanation, an explainer of the various thematic areas and conversations that will be had there. And just some brief headlines: foreign news, CNN.
Okay, before you bring us foreign though, let me do graphiconline.com.
Okay.
Latest news in Ghana today: reject Bawumia at December 7 polls. That's according to Mahama. Parliamentary politics, lessons from the 8th Parliament. Traffic light signals, amber and red means stop. Really? And I have a story to tell about this. I was stopped by the police because he said I crossed the red light. But clearly it was not red. It was amber. So I asked him to explain that thing to me.
What did he say?
So if it's amber and I'm in the middle of the road, I shouldn't stop? I mean, I shouldn't continue because I'm in the middle of the road. I'm in the middle of an intersection.
To be fair, like the light begins to flick when it's on green.
No, I was behind. No.
Yeah, when it's on green.
To turn yellow.
When it's on green to turn
amber.
When it's on amber to turn
red. It flicks, but not all traffic lights flick. But I was in the middle of the road when it turned amber.
Well,
I was in the middle of the road when it turned amber. I wasn't going to stop in the middle of the intersection.
We need a lot more clarity on
exactly.
But you know, it means...
So may I ask the policeman to clarify the thing? If I'm in the middle of the road, should I not cross it? Yeah. If I shouldn't cross it, then I'll understand that if I'm behind a car and the car moves and then I see it turn, I'll stop. But if I'm in the middle of the road, I will not stop because I'm already past the line.
It's funny because in another way, right, it exposes the lack of, you know,
education.
Yeah, because like back in primary and nursery, we were
red
taught
means
stop, yellow means get ready, green means
go and go.
So how can you not tell me that amber means
stop?
So wait. So it's either our nursery and lower primary school teachers didn't teach us well, or then it is our system that's the problem.
Exactly.
Because it's not even in that order if you pay attention to it. Right? Because like it's amber to red, it's not amber to green. So Charlie, some way.
When we were young, we didn't know that.
Charlie, you know, I don't want to draw too much on it.
On our education.
Yeah, but like...
But honestly, because in my mind, I didn't make a mistake. But the policeman said I made a mistake. And I was like, then he should explain it to me and several Ghanaians who see amber and still cross. So that we'll get the education that when it's amber, you have to stop.
It's unbelievable. I know that when the light begins to flicker from amber
to red,
that is when you stop, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but like sometimes you are just caught in the middle.
And
it
you
happens
can't
a lot
stop.
of time. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. So I was justified.
once the City Ashesi dialogue was held on Thursday,
Right.
the dean of the Ashesi Law School, Dr. Mami, was speaking, and she was comparing. She said she did some work comparing syllabuses, between Ghana and advanced countries, and to her shock, in class 6, right, which is like the last stage of primary education in Ghana. She went through some textbooks on like citizenship, what we in the past called social studies. And she realized that it was at that time in the syllabus where children were being taught how to brush their teeth. Can you imagine?
Oh,
class
no, you're
6?
joking.
According to her. Meanwhile, fourth year, which is like class 4, class 3 in the US, people were being taught how to pay their taxes.
Right.
So look at it.
The difference.
So I'm not surprised that now we've been taught. Now we know that red means stop, yellow means some challenge, something else, or maybe it's
There's
for
a
some
vast
jurisdiction
difference.
different from ours, right?
Right.
So, GS, please revise the rhymes and the timetable and the education calendar for us. But any more stories on GraphicOnline.com?
Yes. So you'll find Black Stars miss out on 2025 AFCON. Black Stars failed to qualify. Volta and a half for Regions 2024 election ballot papers to be reprinted because of serial number errors. Yes, you wanted to bring us some international news?
Just a few of them, because the Trump transition team are facing some legal hurdles because Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth, this story said he paid his accuser but denies sexual assault. His attorney has said, in Philippines, there's a lot going on. As foul-mouthed ex-president is planning a comeback, analysts say it's more about a personal quest for power, right? So those and more stories are on CNN. Also here it says the UK thinks weight loss drugs could ease unemployment. Experts say that's a fantasy. So a lot more international stories, a lot more US heavy on politics story. 10 newborn babies killed in India hospital fire. Another tragic one there. So we can bring some excerpts of
Right,
the
so
story.
I have Channel 1 News, election 2024, signed peace pact, U.S. ambassador tells political parties. As Ghana gears up for the 2024 general elections, U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has urged all political parties to commit to a peace pact. Ambassador Palmer emphasized that such a pledge would reinforce the country's democratic principles and project a positive image to the international investor community. Speaking at the 35th anniversary Thanksgiving dinner and awards night of the American Chamber of Commerce Ghana, she expressed optimism that Ghana's elections would be peaceful, ensuring a smooth transition of power. And meanwhile, the National Democratic Congress has reiterated that though it is committed to ensuring peace in the upcoming December 7 general election, it will not be a signatory to the Peace Council's Peace Pact. The Peace Pact is a proposed agreement meant to bind competing political parties in the December polls to ensure peaceful conduct during and after the elections. NDC, however, claims that the Peace Council has failed to foster a balanced, inclusive atmosphere ahead of the elections and will therefore not sign the pact. What were their conditions for them to
sign the peace pact?
Yes, to sign the peace
You
pact. I
don't
think
want
it
to know.
involved the Ayawaso.
Actually, Techiman South.
Techiman South.
When you listen to their national chairman, he said they wanted some form of closure on the deaths that happened in Techiman South. Mind you, the NDC believes so strongly that they want Techiman South. If you recall,
Yes.
in the aftermath of the 2020 election, Techiman South was one of the few areas to have their results declared very late. And they believe that, according to the NDC, the MPP, triggered their rigging machination. I recall this so well because in 2020, late December,
Right.
Bernard had an interview with Esedun Ketia one-on-one. And he was so convinced that they want Techiman South, but for the military disturbances. And they had like a whole documentary, like a 20-minute report, footages here and there. So they are saying that would have given them the clear majority. And the MPP, seeing that, also began to do their things. We don't know because we weren't there for ourselves. Of course, our reporter there
You and I
found
were
a
not
story about the violence that took place that day. But according to the NDC, they need closure on that case and other instances where people were killed. About 8 people died in 2020. I've not heard the president really, fully speak and address that issue. So that's their position. They say if you speak on it, if you condemn and also tell us what you are doing to prevent a reoccurrence of this going into 2024, then we are set for the peace pact. But that notwithstanding, we saw both of the political parties, I think a month ago, at the forecourt of the State House, when the Christian Committee of Parliament is unofficial though, but it's led by the Christian Caucus of Parliament, led by Honorable Ebenezer Bejra, who was MP, brought together the two leading parties under the guise of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, led by Apostle Eric Nyamiche. I like the way, of course, Bawumia wasn't present for that event, but his running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe was there, Mahama was there together with senior figures in the MPP, so in the NDC. So I like how, of course, we are both conscious, both political parties are conscious of the need to sustain peace. Yesterday we spoke about tolerance on the show. It's a major recipe, right? If a democracy should thrive, like I said yesterday, it's the bedrock of it. So we need a lot more commitment from the political parties. But the truth is that I think the political temperature is on the high, but it's been, it's difficult because sometimes in one breath
it's declared.
People,
tensions will continue to be high until after 7th December, and it's declared, and then we all know
Ghanaians are peace-loving people who don't choose to look on the street and
you get it.
But like I'm even referring to the political temperature, because in one breath you're like, oh, this is okay, it's not too like. It's not too vitriolic. The vitriol is not as much as you expected in some instances. Then you tune into some radio station, then you hear somebody talking. So, for example, the NDC commentator whose comments about the former president has got the MPP to issue a statement. I'm listening to it and I'm like, no, this is not the kind of political commentary you expect in times like this, right? Because of the way it could incite certain people, right? So, it's a lot of things, and the party need to be the party leadership, right? Both sides. In fact, all of them.
I've also wondered, how do they pick these communicators? Is it just people who have an affiliation to the party, or people who have been taken through communication, like how to communicate the party's manifesto, the party's whims and caprices, or whatever? Who do they pick to be communicators of parties? Because you can't just go sit there and say something and then, expect no reaction to it. You need to be minded in what you say as a political party communicator. Because your words have power. Words have power.
It can, if they are incendiary, it could cause a lot of chaos.
Exactly.
And, I think a lot of them are just selected because they can speak well and they are bold and they are confident.
Then that's a problem.
Without any proper training. But the political parties will tell you, oh, we do training here and there, but they don't do anything. Once in a while, they'll do like some refresher. They'll get the more responsible guys, the elite so-called of the party to come around and, okay, we do it this way, like some refresher course. But for most parts, it's just people wanting to show that they are also part of it, right? And the exuberance,
it can, being on air will make just unguarded comments.
Charlie, it's crazy. So we want to urge
take all of that,
let's lower the temperature small, let's lower it small. The way the gas stove, you can turn it down light one. For turn them down small.
Do you have any stories?
I've plenty, Charlie. I don't even know where to start. But the Electoral Commission is going to destroy faulty ballot papers for Volta, Ahafo regions. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has confirmed, this story is from thecitynewsroom.com. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has confirmed its plan to destroy ballot papers with errors that have not been distributed to the Volta and Ahafo regions. This decision comes after discrepancies in the serialization of the ballot papers were discovered, prompting the EC to reprint the ballot for these regions. The announcement was made during the Inter-Party Advisory Committee meeting on Friday, November 15th. In a statement released on November 16th, the EC assured that representatives from the various political parties would be present to witness the destruction of the faulty ballot papers. A destruction certificate will also be issued and signed by the observers. And so the story goes on and on and on. Yeah, but essentially, the ECs are laying fears. Nothing really sinister happening. They said we just had faulty CR numbers, and they are going to rectify that. So all of such ballot papers that were printed are going to be destroyed.
Yeah, will there be a specific time? Would you know if there'll be a specific time for shredding of those ballot papers? I think in full glare of all the parties, so that they all know that those faulty ballot papers have been destroyed. Because we don't want allegations upon allegations that we were not there when it was destroyed. We were there when it was destroyed. You know how
the level of mistrust.
Exactly.
Let me just it's funny. It's funny you mentioned this, right? Because, like I was saying, the level of mistrust among some of these, the electorals. I was privileged to go on a tour to the printing houses responsible for printing the ballot papers for the election, right? And do you know how the ballots are kept in the vault? So in some of the places we went, you have national security operatives there. Then you have like 2 fully armed police officers stationed in front of the vault room.
Right.
And the door to the vault room is like some heavy metallic door that has like 12 padlocks on, even more. And each political party has a key to. So if you open 3, you need the rest. You need 9. Simple. If you open 2, you need 10. So and my curiosity as a journalist, I was thinking maybe it's for the show. So I on the side asked some of the guys who were there. Of course, they were hesitant in giving information, but they said, the police are here 247. Right, and the thing is that there's a lot of mistrust, but the thing is that the people who are working there, not all of them are of one political party. Of course, they are sympathizers of
all the
who won't tell their boss, right? So if you're up to something sinister, if people too like their party, even though they not publicly come and say I'm MPP or I'm NDC or I'm New Force or I'm Movement for Change. So I don't know.
I'm sure the EC will, call out all the parties. We are shredding the ballot.
The party agents.
Everybody will be at peace.
It's 2 party agents per a printing house. But what happens is that because they all can't be there will be a lot of people. That will be like 24. So what they do is that one should be there at a time. So like they run like 12-hour shifts. Because the NDC, they are there 247. Actually, no loose guard, no loose guard. Actually, you should see them verifying the CR numbers on the ballot.
I like that.
A chain. Charlie. I'm telling you.
But
so that'll be the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the news review segment. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away.
Convention is here. It's a week of the word and demonstrations of God's love and power. Theme: Wisdom for Building the Church. And God's servants ministering are Prophet Eric Oklu Parsley, Living Fountain Baptist Church, Bishop Ewusi Brookman, Rhema Calvary Center, and Dr. Michael Buedi Nyamiche, Makers House Chapel International. And it's hosted by Reverend Fitzgerald Donko. Prepare your heart, soul, and mind, and let's meet at Tehillah Temple, Harvest Chapel International, South Tesano, from Tuesday 26th November to Sunday 1st December, 6 p.m. each night from Tuesday to Friday, and 9 a.m. on Sunday. Song ministrations will be by the Harvest Gospel Choir, and Wonyam and Calvis Hammond. Make time to be at the life transforming Overcomers Convention 2024.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread you call mattress anymore? Get on some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did it from there.
Yeah?
That be the mattress where the dead for time.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Oh, Ajia.
Abba. My sister, no watch it today. Where is Hajia?
Hospital. They tested her and found out she has malaria.
Again?
Yes, the mosquitoes are too many in this area.
Why, don't you people sleep under insecticide-treated net?
I don't do, because I don't feel comfortable sleeping under it. Even the one I had, I gave it to my parents.
Abba, the treated net really works, especially when you sleep under it every night and throughout the night. When you get it at fresh, dry it under the shade for at least 2 or more days.
Like under the tree?
Yes, or any shady place that does not have direct contact with the sun. At night, ensure you tuck it in well under your mattress or mat. Leave no room for mosquitoes to enter. During the day, tie or roll it nicely to prevent damage.
I see.
When the treated net gets dirty, wash it gently with mild bar soap and hang it under the shade to dry. It can be washed 20 times and can last 3 years.
Wow.
Sew up every small hole you find in it.
This is good news.
That's it. Follow the above process of caring for insecticide-treated net and sleep under it to prevent malaria. The heat is mostly from your room. Either air doesn't come in or your windows are too small or closed. Allow enough air into your room to reduce the heat.
Hey, Ajia. Customer. I am so glad you're back. How are you feeling now?
I have suffered. What malaria did to me, we should all do our best to prevent it for our own good life. Now, I sleep under the new insecticide-treated net I have. It is strong, it does not tear easily, and it works the same way.
It's true. As for the pregnant women, the new treated net is given to us for free at the health centers.
Let's all come on board Good Life to eliminate malaria now.
Good Life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service and partners with support from USAID and the US President's Malaria Initiative.
This is Sunday Breakfast. Welcome. Just gone by the news review segment. My name is Jude Duncan, and of course, I'm here with
Inu Safo. What are you about?
Why not? It's on Saturdays. My favorite segment of the show is definitely the What's Happening segment. But on Sundays, I don't think we need any
It's this segment.
Definitely.
With the Reverend Cephas.
Definitely.
Amate, yeah.
Hey, with
Because,
Amate.
you know, sometimes when you expect him to go one way, it's like, nah. Like last week, I was shocked with the letters that came in. But yeah, that's interesting. Robert, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Well, thank you. But Charlie, this morning, so, you know, I wanted to put on a hat today.
Yeah.
I said, oh, no, but I should have. And I virtually doff it to you. We have a lady in red today.
Yeah.
And she is just
smashing it.
Smashed it. This is Channel 1 with the lady in red. Beautiful.
Thank you so
gorgeous.
much, Reverend Amate. Thank you so much. But you know, as always, this show is live and interactive, so you can join us with your questions. 0204-447-033. 0204
Am I hearing something in the background?
033. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
What? You're coming to dance?
Oh, why not? Yeah, give me a few seconds. That's right. Wow, I love this. That's a lovely one. That's the lovely one. Nothing like Channel 1. Wow.
You are the girl. No, you are the girl. Oh, Charlie.
She's
for too much. You know, I told you yesterday, I posted a picture
Seriously,
of
you
us.
look good. Yeah, okay.
And I was offended because, like, I posted a picture,
but
nobody
all the
could give
yeah.
put on me. So, yo, you there for? Oh, Charlie.
I'm blushing. If black girls can blush, I'm blushing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, so back to the show.
Right.
So we're about to talk about upbringing.
Yeah.
Yes, and so if you have any questions, any input, the principles of upbringing, do send your messages to the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033.